Should Mahomes sit Saturday?
So if I were advising him, if I were running the team, I'd say it's very simple, man. We have the best backup quarterback in the league. The Texans are wobbly. Chris Jones might be able to win that game by himself against their interior offensive line. We also have this stupid schedule. So why don't you sit Saturday, play Wednesday against the Steelers? You have 10 days. And then another 10 days later, if we need it, play against the Broncos, and then we'll win 2 of those 3, have the bye, and you'll all of a sudden be as fresh as you've ever felt going into the playoffs. That's the advice that I would give, especially because I think, and Vegas clearly agrees to a degree, the Chiefs are very live for this game without Patrick. If you're a 2-point dog, or I know it was 2.5, it moved a little today because it looks like, but that's not like, 2-point dogs win every week in this league. I'm here to tell you whether that's the right way to think. That's not the way that guy thinks, and he's going to play. Patrick is that, and where I respect Patrick immensely, and it's why he is one of the greatest athletes ever, and respect Andy, why he's one of the greatest coaches ever, is it's very simple for them. Have the doctors cleared you? Do you feel like you can play? And if the doctors clear him, he's definitely going to say, I can play. Andy's going to let him play. And so should he sit? I think so. But there's a lot of moments that I would say one thing and he would say, yeah, but with respect, that's why you're not a legendary athlete, and I am. And so I think he's playing, Brew. I think Vegas has it wrong. I think everyone has it wrong. I think he's going to play on Saturday.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to start anything, but when I've compared him to Michael Jordan, like that desire to just play no matter what. We saw times Jordan didn't need to be playing, but he played,
Yep.
And you're not thinking about sitting out the last week of the regular season. Like, that's Mahomes. Like, there's that connection there. But I'm with you. Like, he should sit. This shouldn't even be a question. And this should be, and maybe you're like Andy, if Andy Reid won't overrule it, then he's going to play. But Andy and everybody else should be like, no. Like, it's a high ankle sprain. And Mahomes did acknowledge last week, like, we got 3 games in 10 days. Like, this is going to be tough. And now you're injured. And Houston, one thing they do well, they rush the passer.
Yes.
They're the only team with 2 pass rushers with 10 or more sacks, Danielle Hunter and Anderson Jr. So they're going to come after him. He's already been hit more than any quarterback in the league. You could sit him and play him Wednesday. And you got the 2-game cushion over Buffalo. Like, to me, this shouldn't even be a question. And look, I don't think it's gamesmanship, but this isn't bad to let it be out there that maybe he will play. And maybe they're really questioning. For Houston, let them worry about it. I agree. I don't think it is, but I don't mind them making like a late decision on it, but the decision should be you're not playing.
Remember how I told the story on air, why I have never been to the Empire State Building?
Because today's not the day.
Today's not the day. And there's a little bit. I'm not going today. I don't know what time it's open till. Not going. 40-something years straight. I do respect Mahomes' mindset. Although you talk about them practicing and having the long view, they do attack things with just what's right in front of them. That's the way to win. It's not like, well, hold on, and then round 2 we would be this, and then it's like, how about this? Every play, we play hard, we try to win, and at the end of the game, we look at the scoreboard, we have more
Unlike
points.
this, that is the anti-Cowboys.
Exactly right. And that's the right. It's very
Patriot-esque. With that said, the counterpoint to that, if I may, that's not actually how they play during the games.
No, in the games they kind of mess around a little bit.
No, but in the games the play calling in the games is a very long view. Even the play he got hurt on, Andy was asked, like, hey, it's 4th and 3, you're up 14. You know what I mean? Andy was asked on that. Once you were up 14, you called a bunch of passes to throw and not runs. By the way, that's helmet to helmet. And Andy said, just very matter-of-factly, he's like, yeah, you got to be able to pass the ball to win in this league. And it, to me, was very clear that they could have just been like, okay, we have the lead, we're grinding it out. But they didn't like the pass protection. I think they know there is a real chance that Joe Tooney, who's the star guard who was playing tackle for the first time all year, that's going to be what happens in the playoffs. And because the guy they signed, DJ Humphries, got hurt immediately, so we'll see.
And he didn't get hurt. He didn't get sacked.
Right. And so it's like, okay, we are going to be working on things. And now, unfortunately, this happened. I was surprised with Rappaport's week-to-week prognosis, which set the narrative for this, because Patrick said, yeah, I would have gone back in.
Right.
And Andy said there was no need for it. We had the game in hand. And I watched him walking around.
Yeah.
And so I just felt like this is being presented as if it was a devastating injury when it did look bad, but their immediate reaction was not one of devastation.
For those that hope he doesn't play for safety, that to me is a promising. Like he said, look, in different circumstances, he's obviously referring to, if it was a playoff game, I would have been out there. Well, he could have played, but he didn't play the rest of that game. So maybe that would be what happened Saturday.
Get a big lead, maybe. Let Carson Wentz get some snaps.
So, I also wonder if this then does lead to, if they play and win, even if Buffalo also wins, and the Chiefs then still need to win one more game, if they sit him against the Steelers.
Oh.
If they play and win and then say, you know what I mean? If this gives you enough justification of, he retweaked it or something and it's on 3 days rest, he's not going to play on Christmas.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Furious.
Well, by the way, but the Saturday game's a pretty big one, too.
They're all big.
I mean,
this
CBS and Fox, pretty big doubleheader. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.